Good evening and welcome to Justeventonline News at 9. I'm Anifat Ismail and with me is
Rashidat Morano.
The news headlines. Tinubu charged West African leaders to prioritize youth mentorship and empowerment.
Reps called for increased funding for road maintenance.
Muktar Shagaya celebrates Governor AbdulRahman 6 years in office. Applauds his impactful leadership.
Bill seeking 50% woman enlistment in Army Skills second reading.
NSC Ilorin inaugurates Engineer Olushola Ogunjirin as 23rd chairman, charts path for sustainable engineering future.
NAF intensifies 24 hours counter-insurgency operations.
AA Eagles Network holds special prayer for Governor AbdulRahman 2027 Kwara North agenda.
WAEC apologizes for late-night English exams, cites anti-malpractice measures.
Now the news in details. President Bola Tinubu has called on West African leaders to prioritize mentorship and empowerment of the region's youth to safeguard the future, stability and prosperity of the economic community of West African states. Tinubu gave the charge on Wednesday in Lagos at an event marking the 50th anniversary of regional bodies founding. While emphasizing the central role of young people in the region's development agenda, Tinubu called for deliberate investment in education, entrepreneurship, healthcare, and leadership, while pledging commitment to mentorship and handing over to youth in West Africa.
The House of Representatives Committee on the Federal Road Maintenance Agency has pledged to advocate for increased budgetary allocations to the agency in the 2026 national budget. The chairman of the committee, Adeyemi Ozeyin, made the pledge on Wednesday during an oversight visit to assess Fairman's operations in the southwest zone. Ozeyin decreed the poor state of road across the country, attributing the terrorization largely to chronic unfunding.
A special prayer was organized on Thursday to celebrate the 6th year in office of the Executive Governor of Kwara State, Malam AbdulRahman Abdulrazak. The event, hosted by Honorable Muktar Shagaya, member representing Ilorin West and Asa Federal Constituency at the Federal House of Representatives, took place at his constituency office, Unity Road in Ilorin. Honorable Shagaya, who was represented at the event, commended Governor Abdulrazak for his impactful leadership and the significant strides recorded under his administration. He highlighted the progress in key sectors such as education, infrastructure, healthcare, and human capital development as clear evidence of the governor's commitment to people of Kwara. Prominent Islamic scholar Sheikh Lukman Isalekotu delivered a soul-stirring sermon emphasizing the importance of equity, fairness, and justice in leadership. He lauded Governor Abdulrazak for running an inclusive and effective administration. Sheikh Isalekoto also advised political leaders to avoid hypocrisy, remain accessible to their constituents, uphold integrity, and possess a heart of forgiveness. The event was graced by several political leaders, traditional rulers, members of the Council of Ulama, led by Imam of Ogunjirin, Dr. Ambali, and Alhaji Azan Abdullahi, APC members, among others.
The House of Representatives on Wednesday took a bold step towards institutionalizing gender inclusive in Nigeria's military by passing for second reading a bill seeking to mandate a medium of 15% enlistment of quota for women in Nigerian armed forces. The bill aims to address the glaring underrepresentation of women in the military by introducing binding provisions that guarantee their inclusion in recruitment, appointment, and promotion processes across all branches of the armed forces. Kafilat Ogbara, who proposed the bill, said the current Armed Forces Act lacks specific legal backing for gender equity, allowing cultural and institutional basis to perpetuate systematic inclusion of women for meaningful participation in military service.
The Nigerian Society of Engineers, Ilorin branch, has inaugurated Engineer Dr. Olushola Ogunjirin as its 23rd chairman, alongside the newly elected 2024-2025 Executive Committee members at a colorful ceremony held at the Branch Engineering Center, Tanke in Ilorin, with the theme championing a sustainable engineering body for a resilient and prosperous future. The event brought together top engineering professionals, government officials, industry stakeholders, and members of the public. In his inaugural speech, Engineer Ogunjirin expressed deep gratitude to the branch members for the trust reposed in him, pledging to build on the legacy of his predecessors through a visionary agenda. He also announced the successful creation of NSC of a branch, set to be inaugurated on May 31st, 2025, describing it as a significant milestone in extending NSC's reach and relevance across Kwara State.
And foster greater participation in engineering excellence. The NSC of our branch will be inaugurated in 2 days' time, that's May 31st, at Offa City. I encourage all members to support and participate in this historic event. So let me dwell a bit on this. This has been the dream of past chairman, but when I came on board, I swung into action, called them for a meeting, we discussed, and I presented it at the council meeting in Abuja, and we received the blessings of the council, and thus Nigerian Society of Engineers of our branch has been approved by the headquarters, and on Saturday we all shall be in Offa for the inauguration of the branch, while it was approved.
In his welcome address, Chairman of the Inauguration Planning Committee and the Executive Director of Engr, Engineer A.R. Kamar, acknowledged the efforts of the planning team and the presence of the eminent personalities who graced the event. The outgoing chairman, Engineer Taiwo Isa Olashewu, reflected on achievements of his tenure, including improved collaboration with government agencies, infrastructural development at the Branch Engineering Center, and the appointment of engineers into the state's cabinet.
We foster strong relationship with the Kwara State government, federal government, MBAs, industries, institutions. The collaboration led to the appointment of 2 engineers into the present cabinet of Kwara State government. Engineer Abdulrahman, MNSC, the Honorable Commissioner for Work, and Engineer Kwara, the Honorary Commissioner for Energy, and improve patronage of indigenous agencies and aid them in infrastructural development.
The NSC National President, Engineer Margaret Aina Oguntala, represented by Engineer Rachel Ugwe, urged new leadership to align with NSC's strategic agenda. She emphasized community-based engineering initiatives, STEM education, and inclusive mentoring of young engineers.
Active participation are equally called on the new executive committee to promote harmony, foster professional camaraderie, and prioritize deliberate mentorship of young engineers by preparing them for the evolving demands of our profession. Financial responsibility.
The event also featured a keynote address by Engineer Professor Adeni Olayanju, former Vice Chancellor of Landmark University, who spoke on sustainable engineering strategies for resilience and development.
The Nigerian Armed Forces has escalated its area around the clock air operations, targeting terrorist strongholds and criminal hideouts across the country in a renewed offensive against insecurity. The operations, whose themed strategic regions, including the Northeast, Northwest, North Central, Southeast, and South-South, are part of a broader security overhaul initiated by the Chief of the Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar. In a statement issued on Wednesday, the NAF spokesman, Air Commando Eyimen Ejodame, said air component commanders have been directed to maintain continuous air dominance and apply sustained pressures on armed groups undermining national peace.
The AA Eagles Network, Moro Local Government Chapter, on Thursday, organized a special prayer to celebrate 6 years in office of Governor AbdulRahman Abdulrazak. The prayer also aimed to seek divine guidance and protection for the governor and the campaign in support of the 2027 Kwara North agenda. Speaking at the prayer, Moro Local Government Coordinator Honorable Abdulmumin Siddiq Katibi said the prayer sought divine guidance and protection for the governor and 2027 Kwara North agenda, and also seeking that the local government secure a House of Representative position. The prayer was held both in Christian and Islamic ways, with Pastor Paul Caleb and Imam Ibrahim Toyin leading the Christian and Islamic segments respectively, demonstrating the unity and solidarity of the community in seeking divine guidance and protection. The prayer was attended by prominent political leaders, party stalwarts, councillors, governors' appointees, and other notable individuals.
We also believe this time around we must be at the National Assembly, either as a senator or as a member of the House of Rep. But because we have not even been to the House of Rep, let alone the Senate, so we opt for House of Rep. Because there is no local government in Kwara that have not been to the Senate except more.
The West African Examination Council has blamed the delay in the conduct of the 2025 English language paper on Wednesday on highlighted efforts to curb examination malpractice, particularly the leakage of question papers. In a statement issued on Thursday, WAEC acknowledged the disruption experienced by candidates during the English language paper 2, which was scheduled for May 28, but held several hours behind schedule in many centers nationwide. WAEC acting head of public affairs, Olushola Adeshina, said the examination body commitment to protecting the integrity of the examination contributed significantly to the delay.
Justeventonline news at 9. Here is the recap of the story. Tinubu charged West African leaders to prioritize youth mentorship and empowerment.
Reps call for increased funding for road maintenance.
Muktar Shagaya celebrates Governor Abdulrazak's 6th year in office. Applauds his impactful leadership.
Bill seeking 50% human enlistment in Army Skills second reading.
NSC Ilorin inaugurates engineer Olushola Ogunjirin as 23rd chairman. Charts path for sustainable engineering future.
NAF intensifies 24 hours counter-insurgency operations.
AA Eagles Network holds special prayer for Governor AbdulRahman. 2027 Kwara North agenda.
WAEC apologizes for late-night English exams, cites anti-malpractice measures.
Thank you for watching Justeventonline news. Remember, what is worth doing is worth doing well. For more news, visit www.justeventonline.com and to read more updates. Follow us on our social media platforms with a tap at Justeventonline. You can also send us an email on justeventonline@gmail.com. I'm Anifat Ismail, and with me,
Rashidat Murano.
good night.